Good day, folks, and it's great to be able to talk with you again today. I have a few announcements to make, and I'll first start out with one that is exciting to me. Starting on Sunday, Valentine's Day, we are going to open up our dining room. Now, there will be some requirements or rules that we're going to have. The first is that you need to make a reservation. You need to call up the phone number that is on the menu between 8 and 3 o'clock the day before you want to come down for dinner. You'll make your reservation, and then when it's time to come down to dinner, between 4:30 and 5:30 the next day, you'll come down and be greeted by your hostess. They will take your temperature and then escort you to your seat, and you'll be able to enjoy a meal. We are only going to take 32 people on the reservation list. So you need to make your call. We won't accept standing ovations or reservations. You have to do it every day. And if we have a rollover, let's say that we have 40 people make reservations, then those 8 will be carried over to the next day. All right, so we're going, there's going to be some, some iron or, bumps to iron out, but we're going to work on that, and we're sure that you will work with us. Please be reminded that we can't have any guests, nobody from the outside. You can't come down with an aide or anybody, because that all takes up valuable seating that we can't live with. Now, please remember, you have to wear your mask. You have to keep social distancing, keep your 6 feet apart, and make sure that you use the hand sanitizer when you go in and when you leave the dining room. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it will be great. And isn't it wonderful that we can start on Valentine's Day? I think it's just great. And hopefully you'll be able to enjoy it as well. Now, as I said, we're going to do it on Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day, we will have a special dinner for everybody, but also for downstairs. Now, another thing that we are doing, if you remember our Hug-A-Bear little drive that we had in the spring, well, we have a new drive today. This is Send Someone a Rose of Love. What we're asking you to do is to make a contribution to Flushing House for $10, and that contribution will be you'll be able to purchase a rose that we will deliver to a resident of your choice. Just a little nice thing to do on Valentine's Day. Now, I know that it's short notice, but please make sure that you make a contribution. And if you'd like to make a blanket contribution to a number of residents, we'll accept that as well. Our goal, again, is to make sure that every resident who's living here at Flushing House gets a rose. So please participate, and please be generous. Oh boy, we just had our our last group go to the hospital today to get their second COVID shot. A lot of exciting things, isn't it? We have now, I believe, upwards into the 70s or 80s number of people who have already had their second COVID vaccination. And we do have a number of people still on the list. If you have changed your mind, you'd like to get on the list, then all you need to do is call Rochelle, and she will put your name on the list. The problem is, I don't know when we're going to be able to start up again. The problem is that the hospital is having a hard time, as everybody else across the country, and if not the world, is having a hard time getting any vaccines to begin with, let alone for their own people and for us. But they're working on it, and we are working on it as well. And our hope is that, within the next week or two, we'll be able to start up again. Taking people to Flushing Hospital, getting your first vaccine, and then 3 weeks later getting your second one. So please be patient. Now, a few people have asked, well, aren't we having the people come to Flushing House? Well, we are working on it. But again, Imagine how hard it is that we are able to get people over to the hospital to get their vaccine because there's not enough. Well, that is multifold more difficult, if you will, to have a group come here into Flushing House. But we are working on it. We're talking with the mayor's people. We're talking with the Department of Health, trying to get onto different lists that we will have either CVS or somebody come in. The other option that we're working on, and we're hoping that might work as well, is that we might be able to utilize the clinic. We are looking for any and every option that we can to have somebody come here to do the actual vaccine. The problem is, it's not going to be anytime soon, I can tell you that. With us, we're kind of on that bottom tier of the nursing homes, the assisted living, those communities that really have more frail people than what we have, and so therefore we get moved down lower on the list. Again, we're working on it. We'll keep you informed as much as we can, but keep your ears open. And if you hear of anything that opens up before we do, let us know and we'll try to figure it out as well. I know that there's been a lot of noise going along here because we have started our sprinkler installation. It's a great thing, but it's also a noisy thing, and I apologize for that. But what's that sign on the highway that we see? Short-term inconvenience, long-term or permanent improvement. Well, that's what our sprinkler system is. And I apologize for it. And one thing I need to apologize for in advance is probably within the next 2 weeks, for 4 days, we are going to have to core drill the building. That means that we're going to have a special drill that will go through 8 inches of concrete, and it makes a lot of noise, and it's irritating noise, and I know that it is, and I'm going to live it just like you will. But please understand, it's only going to be for 4 days, and then it'll be quiet, or at least quieter, while we continue our sprinkler installation. We've almost finished the 2nd floor. We're working on the 5th floor, and as we figure out where it's most convenient to start, we're going to go floor to floor from there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give Rochelle or David Barr a call, and they will be able to help you. It's a little bit more than a month away, but that month will go pretty fast. We're going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in a great way. We're going to have a concert, and we're going to open up the dining room. We will require people to wear masks. We will require the people to keep their social distance. We'll request that people wash their hands before and after the event. But mark your calendars for that. It's going to be a fun time, and I'm looking forward to sharing the green with you. Well, we've had a lot of things that we've talked about. Another thing that we're hoping to do is to start van trips sometime in March. I'm a little bit nervous about that because I can't control the stores where you will go, where we'll be dropping you off on. But as long as you wear your mask, keep your social distance, and wash your hands, I think you'll be pretty safe. I know that the van will be safe. We fog it and disinfect it every time after every use and before each use. So I'm excited about that. Things are starting to open up, but I tell you, we are going to go very slow, very cautiously, if you will. Now, I've received a few notes about the dining room saying, Mr. Kurtz, please don't open up the dining room. Well, let me assure you that if you want to come down, you make a reservation, you come down. Otherwise, it's going to be same as usual. The meals will be delivered to your room just as we always have. And to be honest with you, I see that going on for quite a while yet. So don't be concerned that I'm going to take that away. what I'm going to do is to add a benefit, and that benefit is opening up our dining room. Well, people gave me a list of all kinds of things to talk about, and I think I caught most of them. But most importantly, I want to thank you. You are doing a great job, and as you can hear by the street, the sirens going. We've heard many sirens through this pandemic, but you have kept your head up high. You have kept your social distance. You have kept your mask on, and you've kept yourself safe. So keep it up. Don't let down your guard, because it's still out there. But we are going to conquer it, and we're going to overcome it. Thank you, and have a great day.